Number 76. Make the conversion indicated in each of the following. Now this one is going to be crazy. So I'm not going to do my A through G like I normally do because there's literally A through G here. This one is going to require a lot of work. So I'm just going to write as I go for this one. So for letter A, it says that the men's world record long jump, 29 feet, 4¼ inches, and we need to convert that into meters. Okay, first off, right off the bat, crazy, because look what they gave you. They gave you 29 feet and 4¼ inches, and they want this all to be converted into meters. So, what do you see, guys? What? There's 2 units here. How do I convert 2 units into just one single unit, right? Well, first I got to combine these 2 units into a single unit. Whether it's feet or whether it's inches, it does not matter which one you convert into. But I know that this is a unit for length. So I'm just going to look at my length unit on my common conversion factors chart and see which one is easier to get to the meter. Now here, they tell me that if I look down here, I have 1 inch. Oops, sorry about that. I got 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters exactly. So from there, I can try to convert to meters, or I can try to convert these all into yards because I have the direct conversion from yards to meters. In this case, I guess we will just keep the inches. I'll go with the inches. What you guys can do is you could try it on your own by trying to do with this conversion. But you'll get the same answer. But I'm going to try to focus letter A on inches to centimeters. So I already have this one, right? This is already 4¼ inches. Now just know that 1/4 is 0.25. So I'm going to just say that this one is 4.25 inches. I don't like to work with fractions. If I try to put into a decimal, I will try to do a decimal as soon as I can. But now I have to add this with whatever the amount of feet this is in inches. So the first thing I got to do is I got to convert from feet to inches. So 29 feet. Now, we guys should know by now how to convert, or at least the process of converting. You always times by the ratio. Feet goes on the bottom, inches goes up on top. But now in my length section, they don't give me anything for feet. So, you guys should know this one. So I'll say memorized conversions, CONV. These are the ones that probably your teachers or your professors won't give you on the test, but you got to memorize them anyway. But we know that 12 inches equals 1 foot. That's the conversion that you have to know here. So there's 12 inches and it equals 1 foot. So 12 inches equals 1 foot. Cancel out the feet. 29 times 12. You get 348. Now, technically, there's 2 sig figs here, so I just got to put my answer into 2 sig figs. So it would be 348, so it'd be basically 350, because the 3 and the 4 count. This 8 will turn the 4 into a 5, so that would be 350 inches. So 350 inches plus 4.25 inches, you get a total of 350 plus 4.25. You get technically 354.25 inches. Okay, now I'm ready to convert finally into meters. So here I see that I have inches to centimeters, right? So I'm going to say 354.25 inches times by the ratio, and we're going to use that conversion factor to go to basically centimeters first and then to meters. So inches on the bottom, centimeters up top. this conversion factor tells me 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. The inches cancel out, but we're not there yet, right? We want to use our conversion to go to meters. Now, I didn't put the SI unit conversions here, guys, because I want you guys to memorize them. So I will put them over here, SI unit conversions. So just know that you could either say 100 centimeters equals 1 meter, or it's equivalent to saying 1 centimeter equals 10 to the negative 2 meters. Whichever one you want to use, that's fine with me. But anyway, we got to multiply by that ratio. Centimeters goes on the bottom, meters goes up on top. And I'm going to use the first one just to give you guys a difference in conversions. So 101, or if you wanted to, we could say 1 centimeter equals 10 to the negative 2 meters. It's up to you. We'll keep it like this. Centimeters cancel out, and all I got to do is just multiply the top because the bottoms are all 1. So 354.25 times 2.54 times 10 to the negative second, which will give me basically 8.99795 meters. But we should have sig figs. Technically, when we did our addition here, if we're doing addition of sig figs, you're always taking the least number after the decimal. So this should technically just have been 354. So with that being said, with 3 sig figs, you're basically really close to 9. If I do this, let's just see what we get. Oh yeah, you would still get it. So 3 sig figs, 899. This 7 tells me that we're rounding the 9 up to a 10. So this would be 9.00 meters. So now for this one, I mean, obviously you can see I'm running out of room here. So I'm just going to put the answers up top here. So this one is 9.00 meters. Box that answer off. That's the answer to the first one. And let's keep going. B, the greatest depth of the ocean, about 6.5 meters, 2 kilometers. So I'm going to put B down here. We have 6.5 meters, 6.5 miles. If I did say meters, I apologize. We want to go from 6.5 miles to kilometers. That's a length. And let's see. Oh, this one's pretty straightforward. 1 kilometer equals 0.62137 miles. So I can just use that first one. So let's get down to it. We don't want miles anymore. Times it by that conversion. Miles goes on the bottom. Kilometers or kilometers goes up on top. That's what we want. And we're going to use this conversion. So 1 kilometer, because the 1 kilometer goes with 0.62137. Cross off the miles, and you have your answer. So this one would just be 6.5 divided by 0.62137. And you get 10.46, but you have 2 sig figs here. So you need 2 sig figs in your answer, the 1 and the 0. The 4 will not round because it's less than 5. So it will just be 10 kilometers. And you need 2 sig figs, so you do need to put that decimal there. Or you could say 1.0 times 10 to the first kilometer. So that's the answer for B. I'll just put it in scientific notation. So 1.0 times 10 to the first kilometer. And that's the next one. Okay. So B's canceled out. Now I'm going to erase. Usually I don't like to erase, but I have no room here because A was a killer. So I'm going to just erase this very quickly. Or you know what I can do? I can just say, wee. Awesome. And now I have nice, nice thing to work with. Okay, cool. All right, so now we're at C. The area of the state of Oregon, 96,981 meters squared to squared kilometers. All right, so let me just erase this because we're done with B. We're going to have to erase it anyway, right? All right, so for C, they're telling me that I want to convert 96,981 miles squared, into square kilometers, which is the same thing as kilometers squared. Now, don't be frightened by these exponents, whether it's squared or cubed. It basically just says that instead of 1 mile, in this case, mile, you have 2 of them. So it's just mile times mile. And you just want 2 kilometers. So it's just kilometer times kilometer. But we did the conversion, right? It's still going to be 1 kilometer equals this in miles. So we know the conversion. It's a one-stepper, technically. We just got to do it twice. So I will show you guys. 96,981 miles squared. And I just like to put up here that it's mile times by ratio. Miles goes on the bottom. Kilometer goes up on top. And from this conversion, 1 kilometer equals 0.62137. And that will cancel out how many miles? Only one of them, right? So how many times do you think I have to do this? Twice. That's all that this is. So this exponent will basically tell you how many times you have to do a conversion. So I will literally rewrite the same conversion twice. 37 miles. This mile cancel out with the second miles, and that overall cancels out miles squared. And now look what you have. You have kilometer here. You got kilometer there. So what does this equal? Oh, kilometer squared. Oh, that rhymed. You got a kilometer here. You got a kilometer there. What do you get? Kilometer squared. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's just do this math. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this on the bottom just to clean it up, and then we will divide. So 96,981 divided by 0.62137, basically squared times by itself, which is 0.3861007, I'll round. So when you do this, 96,981 divided by, you will get a huge number. So I will just say 2.51180 times 10 to the 5th. And that will get you kilometers squared, but you got to put in your correct sig figs. Here, there was 5 sig figs. They all counted. So here, you just need 5 sig figs. That's a disgusting 5. So the 2, 5, 1, 1, and 8, we technically don't need that 0 here. So 2.5118 times 10 to the 5th kilometers squared. Box that answer off. That's your answer. I'm just going to put that one up here. 2.5118 times 10 to the 5th kilometer squared. Okay, cool. Next one, D. I got room, so I'm just going to write it here. The volume of 1 gill, which is exactly 4 ounces, 2 milliliters. Okay, so I have 4 ounces, and I need to go to milliliters. This is a volume, right? Anytime you see milliliter, it's definitely a volume. But if I look in my volume category, I don't see ounces anywhere. So that's probably going to be a memorized conversion. Remember these? So we already wrote down 12 inches equals a foot. So just know that you should also memorize that for every 1 quart, there's 32 ounces, which is what we're going to use. So we can go from ounces to quarts because 1 quart, there's 32 ounces. And then let's see. Oh, well, I can go from a quart to a liter, and then I could go to a milliliter. So I got to go from a quart to a liter and then to a milliliter. So that's my roadmap. This one would be a 3-step process. 1, 2, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's get started. So 4 ounces. You don't want ounces anymore. That goes on the bottom. Quarts goes up on top because we're doing the first conversion. And for the one that I just told you, there's 1 quart for every 32 ounces. That gets rid of the ounces. Now we're on to step number 2. Quarts goes on the bottom and the opposite side. Liters goes up on the top. And we can either use the first or the second unit. It does not matter, whichever one you want to use. I'll use the first one. So I'll say 1 liter equals 1.0567. So that cancels out the quarts. And now we just have to go to mils. This is an SI unit, guys. So just know that there's 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter, or you could say 1 milliliter equals 10 to the negative 3 liters. Whichever one you want to use, you'll get the same answer. So liters on the bottom, mils up top. I guess I'll do 1 liter equals 10 to the negative 3. Does not matter. Cross these off. And now you're left with mils. So now you can just do the conversion. So multiply all the numbers on the numerator, multiply the denominator all together, simplify, and then divide. So 4 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 4 divided by 32 times 1.0567 times 10 to the negative third is 0.03381. And now just do the division. So 4 divided by that, you get roughly 118.29. But they give you only 1 sig fig here. It's just 4. So I need just 1 sig fig here. So the 1 is the only one that matters. And the 1 next door will tell me that it doesn't round to a 2. So it would just be 1. But you need placeholders. So it would be 100. Or you can say 1.00 times, you could say 1 times 10 to the second, and that would be milliliter. So for both of them. Doesn't matter though. I'm just going to put 100 milliliters. And that answers D. Next. Okay. I'm going to erase this because I have no room. And plus, we need the estimated volume of the ocean. 330 million miles cubed to cubic kilometers. So yeah, we're not doing it 2 times anymore. Guess how many times we're going to be doing the conversion? 3 times. So let me get rid of all of this. And if you need it, just pause the video to write it down. Okay. Just to make everything look... Oh gosh, what just happened? Okay, so let's get it done. So E, start with what you're given, 330 million, 000, miles cubed. So that just means you got 3 miles. So 1, 2, 3, and they're all multiplied by each other. And you just want to get to cubic kilometers, which is km cubed, or raised to the third. So we used this conversion before, this one right here, but how many times do you think we're going to do it? 3 times. So let's get kicking. Miles goes on the bottom, kilometers goes up on top. 1 kilometer is 0.62137. That knocks off one of them. So let's just do the next one in the next color. Times kilometer, 0.62137 miles. Miles cancels out the second one. And let's do the last one in black. 1 kilometer, 0.62137 miles. And that cancels out the third one, so that gets rid of fully these. And look how many kilometers we have on the top. 3 of them. So that's kilometer cubed. So 330 million times 1 times 1 times 1 is 330 million. Now I'm just going to multiply the denominators. So 0.62137, basically cubed, right? Because you're timesing it by 3. You're timesing it by itself by 3. So 0.2399, 1. And now we just do the division. So 330 million. I just want to make sure I'm putting this into the calculator right. Divided by that answer. you get a huge number. So I'm just going to put it into scientific notation. So I'm going to say 1.3755 times 10 to the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Crazy. And that's kilometer cubed. But you just got to make sure that you got the right sig figs. And here, there was only 2. All these zeros are trailing zeros, and they don't count because there was no decimal here, right? If there was, they all counted. So I just need 2 sig figs. So it'd be the 1 and the 3. The 7 will tell me, though, that the 3 rounds to a 4. So it would be 1.4 times 10 to the 9th kilometer cubed. And that is the answer to the third one. So I'm going to put that one over here. 1.4 times 10 to the 9th kilometer cubed. Okay. F. I got a little room here. The mass of a 3,525 pound car, 2 kilograms. So, 3,525 pounds. And I want to go to kilograms. This is definitely a mass. So we're looking in the mass category. Finally, we haven't touched the mass here. But look at the first one. 1 kilogram equals 2.2046 pounds. So this one is a direct conversion. So let's get at it. Times by the ratio. Pounds goes on the bottom. Kilograms goes up on top. If we're using this conversion, it's 1 kilogram per 2.2046 pounds. Pounds cancels out. And you got a nice conversion, right? It would just be 3,525 divided by the 2.2046. So 3,525 divided by 2.2046. And you get 1598.9. There's 4 sig figs here. So I need 4 sig figs here. So the 1, 5, 9, and the 8 count. The 9 will tell me that 8 rounds to a 9. So it is 1,599 kilograms. Box that answer off. That one was like the quickest one. That was F. So this one I'm just going to put over here. 1,599 kilograms. Last but not least, and I have some room, so I'm going to put G over here. The mass of a 2.3 ounce egg, 2 grams. Now this one is different from this one, even though they used ounces in both of them, but they wanted liters here. So this one was talking about a volume in ounces, but this one is talking about a mass in ounces. So you gotta look in the mass conversion factor chart. And as you can see here, you have 2 ounce conversions. You have this one, 1 ounce equals the 28.349 grams, and the troy ounce in grams. Which one do you use? You'll always use the first one. The one below it has to do with weights with metals, but you're talking about eggs here, so you won't use that one. And chances are you will use the one above it. You won't use a troy ounce. So 2.3 ounces going to grams. So times by that ratio, ounces goes on the bottom, grams goes up on top. And in this conversion, you got 1 ounce equals 28.349 grams. Ounces cancel out. You're left with grams. It's just 2.30 times that conversion. So 2.30 times 28.349. And you get 65.20. But they only gave us 2 sig figs, the 2 and the 3. So that's 2 sig figs. So the 6 and the 5 count. The 2 will not round the 5 up, so it's just 65 grams. And I will put that over here. 65 grams. Whoa, crazy. All right, guys, if you could do this and if you did it all correctly, then yeah, you are good with conversions. There's a next one coming up, 77 in literally 5 minutes. No, not 5 minutes, 5 seconds if you're doing the playlist, which is the same thing. So if you can do this one and if you can do the next one, you're all set for conversions. You can move on to the next subject. But I hope this helped. If it did, hit that subscribe button. We got tons more questions coming your way. and, talk to us. Give us a comment. We would love to hear from you guys. We answer back. So I'll see you guys all in the next question. Have an awesome day.